So I've been trying out the snatch. I've been filming this from an anterolateral view and a lateral view. Um, I'm just going to play the clip at first. You can see some arrows already pointing out things that I saw during the movement, and I will give some explanation on what I thought. And yeah, if you guys could send me some feedback, it would be great. I started in a power snatch position because, or at least what I thought was a power snatch position, because I had a little bit of trouble getting the motor control right from the ground up. So if I had to get it from above the knees, it was okay, but getting past the knees was a little bit difficult for me to do that in one fluent motion. So I just did this part of the exercise and then hopefully grow over the coming months. What I noticed at first is when I start, I have a downward facing gaze. According to an article written by Meyer et al. 2014, it's hypothesized that an athlete moves in the direction of their gaze. So this helps lead with the head and chest instead of with the hips, and also may prevent excessive forward flexion. Next up you see me drive the bar upwards, and then when I receive the bar, I still have that downward gaze, but also both my elbows aren't really locked out. What I could have done here to extend my elbows is try and pull the bar apart at the end, which I know I didn't do. So here we have the lateral view. Again, you can see my gaze looking downwards, and also that I have a pretty flat spine altogether. So what I should have done here is pull my shoulder blades back a little bit more and stick my chest out to allow for more extension in my back. So after this first phase, when I'm dropping under the bar to receive it, I noticed that I hold it for 1 second and then drop down a little bit further. So my guess is that I should have held it at the point where I had the green arrow and drop down any further. But I did change my gaze from downward facing to an upright gaze. So here we have the second rep. I adjusted my feel slightly, and what I noticed is that I started to push my hips forward instead of leading with my chest. I'm not sure if I initiated the shrug a little bit too quick at this point because I hadn't reached triple extension yet. Continuing on to the receiving under the bar, I let the bar move too far backwards and therefore I lost my center of gravity and almost fell backwards. I think this was due to my feet not being aligned or stable when I set up the second rep. And even though I still made some of the mistakes I did on the first rep, the third rep felt the best for me and looked the best to me. After the snatch I tried to do the clean and jerk, but I had a very hard time with this exercise. I had a lot of difficulty with the clean and jerk. This was due to coordination issue and basically just not having enough mobility in my shoulders. So you see me set up the first rep. When I'm receiving the bar, I can't catch the bar on my deltoids without shifting a little bit forwards, and you can also see my elbows are facing downwards instead of being horizontal. What I felt when trying to push my elbows up is my shoulders pinching in the front. So I just literally with the bar couldn't get my arms any higher up. While doing it without the bar I can, but I can't rest the bar on my shoulders basically without positioning my hands very wide. So my guess is this may be due to thoracic spine mobility. I mentioned the shoulder mobility at first, but when I did it without a bar I could easily get my shoulders higher, but I noticed that it was blocking me some other point basically.